Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Expat Conversations with your host, Michael Nolen. I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. First of all, Expat Conversations is an outreach of the University of Guadalajara Institute of Investigation, Innovation, and Governance, which is headquartered in Guadalajara. And this is outreach that is underneath the jurisdiction of Dr. Marco Antonio Cortez Gradado, the former general rector of the University of Guadalajara. And then Dr. Cortez was rector or president of the University of Guadalajara Cucosta, which is the campus that's in Puerto Vallarta. And that is actually where I started my volunteering and my shows through the University of Guadalajara. For 5 years, I had a radio show there called the Good Morning Wake Up Show. And then about a year and a half ago, we moved over here to the Lake Chapala Society. And when I say we, I meant me and my lovely wife, Dr. Cecilia Soraya Shibia, who is a research scientist for the university, studying the impact of the expat communities on the country of Mexico. So that's kind of how I got involved, is basically trying to help get information out to the expats that are either living here in Mexico now or thinking about moving down. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Before I go any further, I want to first of all say thank you very much to this beautiful location that we're filming at today, the Monte Carlo Hotel and Spa, which is located on the west side of Chapala, the northern side of the lake. They are very generous to allow us to film all of our episodes here, so thank you again to the Monte Carlo Hotel. If you're going to be having any event down here, they've got everything you need as far as rooms, hotel rooms, pickleball courts, restaurant, catering, really nice spas with thermal mineral water. So if you're an expat group, you're already down here and you're looking for some place to host your event, Hotel Monte Carlo is an ideal spot. So again, thank you to them. This morning I have a very nice guest, Omar, and we're going to be talking about Hogar Casa, or Casa Hogar.
Casa Hogar.
And thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Please introduce yourself first, your name again, the name of your organization, and a little bio, how you got involved with Casa Hogar.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of get into more of the details about what you all do down here.
Good. Yeah, so my name is Omar Romero. I live in Ixtlahuacan, and I'm the lawyer of Hub House, like the legal representative of the place. We say Hub House because it's a shorter name.
Hope House.
Hub House, yeah.
H-O-P-E.
Yeah, we have like an official Spanish name, but it's too long. So we just say Hub House, and we like them. Especially with the American community, you know, because it's easier for them just to say Casa Hogar, una esperanza del corazón, which is really long.
Something really long.
Yeah, so we just say Hope House.
Hope House.
So I work there, like I say, as a legal representative, so I'm in charge of all the legal stuff. Everything about that, that's my job. But sometimes I have to do more stuff, like being with the boys.
The other day I saw you driving a van full of kids to somewhere.
Yeah, that day that you saw me, I was taking them to the school. That's the, I mean, I have to do everything.
Yeah, you do a little bit of everything. Like
yeah, and I like it.
Well, what does Hope House do?
Hope House is a non-profit organization, and we're an orphanage, just boys.
An orphanage for boys.
Just for
boys. And what are the ages?
We have between 2 years old and 18 years old.
Okay.
But something interesting is we have a new project called Transition Home. This house is special for the boys that they have to leave the house after they get 18 years old. Because the law says when you are 18 years old now, you have to leave the orphanage. You cannot live there anymore. But if you think about it, what are they gonna do? They don't have families, they don't have money, they don't have anything. The only thing they have is it's a house, it's the orphanage. So we provide them a space, a special place for them, which is like a little apartment. So they can live there and they can learn how to work. They can go to university, obviously Hub House pays for it. And they can start to being part of the society. You know what I mean?
Well, my mom and dad had the same rules. When you were 18, you had to get out.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have any choice. Hey, you go to college or you go to work or join the military or something. And at that age, you know, it's time.
It's time. Yeah.
But I was brought up in a very, very loving home with 4 brothers and a sister, and in Oklahoma, and had great formal education. A lot of these kids aren't near as fortunate or lucky as we are.
Yeah. That's
Now,
right.
are the children that are at Hope House wards of the state, and then they come to you, or are they just part of a city or a community
Yeah, the government.
of Jalisco, the state?
Yes, well, it could be even the federal government, the local government, which is the state, or the municipal government. They
Okay.
can look for special situations. If they're like in violence or something like that, then the parents cannot take care anymore of them. So they took them and they give to
The
to
wards
us.
of the state or
Yeah.
wards of the government,
Yes,
and they're looking for
absolutely.
a safe,
safe
dependable
place.
place for them
Exactly.
to be.
Yeah. We don't get boys just because the parents doesn't want them anymore. No. We don't work like that. It has to be a legal process for that. Because
Okay.
there's rules about it. It's not just you just do whatever you want. There's a lot of rules that you have to follow, and we try to do it. So it's not like you just go and put your boy in that place because you don't want him anymore. No. There's a process for that. That's how they come to our house. And we have been doing this since 2008.
So Hope House has been in this community
Yeah.
since 2008.
Yeah, absolutely. It was founded for an American couple, the Dutros family, and now they're living in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from Tennessee.
Yeah, I think I've talked to her a couple
Yeah,
of times
Maybe, yeah.
on the phone a couple
He
of years
was
ago.
kind of your neighbor. Like,
Yeah, she was kind of my neighbor, lived behind me. remember?
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
Almost bought their house,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
ended up didn't. But anyway, how many boys are in the house? I know it fluctuates.
Yes.
How many are there now?
Well, right now we have 18.
18.
But our capacity is for 26.
Okay.
Maybe you can think it's not a big number, because a lot of people say, well, that's not too much. You're not doing too much for these
Oh.
boys.
One is a handful,
Exactly.
especially coming from the negative type environments that they come
Right.
from.
Exactly.
And so, as you well know, in our neighborhood, there was a lady named Karen taking care of about 8 or 9 young
yeah.
Mexican girls. They were very much in the same situation. And I helped drive their van from time to time, taking them to school or going over and mowing the grass or weed eating or fixing the laundry machine, whatever. And I know just those young girls that aren't near as rambunctious as boys are. And I know that from fact because I had 4 brothers.
Oh.
I know how wild we were. But it's a handful.
Yeah.
But the impact and the influence and the things you are doing for these kids is unbelievable. I'm sure
Right, thank
will
you.
affect their
I
lives.
appreciate that.
So we started, you said 2008. So that's like, 13 years ago.
Yes.
And if you had some older guys then, they were maybe 14, 15, 16, 18, they are grown men now.
Yes. Actually,
And
we
do
have-
some of them come back and help, or do you?
No, usually they just
They
do
go on with their
regular
life and-
Yeah,
okay.
they sometimes they come and visit us just to say hi, And like I remember now, one of them, which is Marco, he was working on like a bodyguard and for a mental hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he
Security
got-
type guard, yeah.
like a security guard, and
That's
he
great.
say that he just got a house, like a credit for a house, got a family. So we say, okay, maybe he's not a doctor, maybe he's not a lawyer, maybe he doesn't have something really fancy, but he's doing a real life.
Well, that's true. I mean, very, very small percentage of the population in any country are doctors or lawyers or
Right.
politicians. I mean, some of them are lawyers. My wife's whole family are lawyers. Her sisters, her brother-in-laws, all of them are lawyers.
We need that people,
Yeah, we need, I don't know if we need lawyers. What's,
No, I mean,
what
the other
Julius
people.
Caesar say? The first thing you need to do is kill all the lawyers. Now, Julius Caesar got killed himself, so anyway, it's crazy time. But what you all are doing, Hope House, is just amazing,
Thank you.
and we
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
How can the expat community be involved? You said you have your funding through a church
Yes.
organization. Is it out of Canada or out of the United States?
No,
or
in the United States. It's in
Okay. I
Texas,
think Colorado
exactly.
or
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, it's in El Paso.
El Paso?
El Paso, yeah.
Which
that's
is a
where it
border
is.
town to
Yeah, but the
Mexico.
Yes, and but the president of it, he lives here in Nahi. So
Great.
if you want to have like any contact with him, I can provide you your information, his information, and we're like in touch all the time. He's actually like my adopted parent. They are, because it's a couple. They're like my adopted parents. So we have a really good relationship with them. They do all the fundraisings on the States. Most of the money comes from churches in California. We have good relationships with a lot of churches there in California, like in the Bay Area. And I think it's like San Francisco, San
Yeah.
Jose, all that stuff, right?
I don't know if you're aware of this, but I have a lady on my show next week named Aurora Michelle, and she is the expat, basically liaison between the municipality of Chapala and the lakeside area, the government, and all the expats. And they just announced a new sister city between the city of Chapala and a city in Southern California. And they have a representative down here now that's going to be helping exchange all kinds of ideas, organizations, and things like that. So maybe we can hook you all up together, and they can even be more of assistance to you all. So that's something that we'll talk about after airing the show. I know you have funding in that from the United States, and probably from a lot of the expats who are living down here. But if there's someone that's watching the show today and they want to help, do they donate to the churches, or can they donate directly to you all for equipment or furniture or money or volunteers? I know being an orphanage, there has to be some security around there.
Yes.
And you have to be careful of who comes in and who goes out.
Yes.
Around the young children. So I don't know if you all actually hire permanent employees, or if you have volunteers come in and maybe cook the meals or whatever. Can you kind of go into the day-to-day workings on how
absolutely, yeah. We have,
Hope House works?
We have employees, like actual employees. They are caregivers. We have caregivers, which is a group of 5. And we have 3 persons on the kitchen, like cooks. We have 3 people on the administration.
Only 3 cookers?
Yeah, only 3.
My mom was, I don't know how she fed all of us, but she did. But, you know, boys eat a lot.
Yeah,
we did, and I'm sure they do.
They're really good. These cooks, they're really good. So they know how to do their job. And we have, obviously, the administration board, which I'm part of it. We're just 4 people. So we have maintenance. We have a garden. We have an aquaponics garden. And there's a guy in charge of it.
And the kids take care of that?
Yes, absolutely.
Do the
Obviously,
weeding
they're
and the
like
growing,
teenagers.
picking?
Yes. And they're in charge of the fishes, because you need to have fishes for that. And they're in charge of the plants.
Wow.
We used to have 2 dogs, but not anymore, because they just destroy everything. So they were in charge of the dogs. And the point is, we involve the boys in all the activities. Like every day they go to school, regular school, public schools in the town, like the ones that are around our neighborhood. And the others, they eat breakfast, they eat lunch, and they eat dinner in the house. They do like a regular life there. They have to do everything. They sleep there. So
that's their life. That's where they live. It's everything.
Absolutely, everything.
Because they have no other.
Yeah, and even like birthdays, we have a lot of parties around the year. As you can tell, we have 18. Now we have 18 birthdays parties.
Wow.
Well, that's cool, because Mexicans would love parties.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I remember one of the organizations I had on my radio show quite a bit in Puerto Vallarta. It started off with 6 girls. It's called Casa del Corazon.
Oh, okay.
And it was started by a Canadian couple about, 15 years ago. Well, now they've got like 83 girls. And they have about 12 boys, which were siblings of one of the girls that was taken in. Maybe a family where the boy and the girl were split up. Well, they tried to reunite. And they have quinceañeras. Every time the girl graduates college or high school, they get them and have a big party. Cool. They have quinceañeras for each one of the girls that turns 15. And it's just really, it's an amazing facility and organization. So Casa Corazon there in it's Corazon de las Niñas is actually the formal name. But they're a great, great organization, which yours is also. It's not as large, but it's doing a lot of great things. And like you said, you're their family. And you have the birthday parties, you celebrate Christmas, you have all the different events.
Yes, and right now we're just talking about like happy things, right? But even sickness, even sad moments, we live those moments with them. And we have to be there for them because they cry.
Sure they do.
They have troubles
They've had
in
tough
school.
lives.
They have all that stuff. And actually there's more of that around the day because, you know, kids, they're kids. They have accidents, they have troubles in school, they have promised to learn something. So we have to be there to support them in every single moment of their life. That's what we want to do, to show them.
That's a big job. And
Yeah,
it's
thank
my
you.
hat's off. I don't have a hat on, but my hat's off to you all for all the work you do.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure you're making a unbelievable impact and influence on these children's lives, which will go with them forever.
That's what I hope.
It's really amazing what you all do. You know, you open up your heart and your doors to everything. And is there anything you're in need of at this time? I mean, is furniture provided? Do you need more beds? You have some extras now, but who knows what's going to happen in the future?
Right, yeah.
Can people, going back to what I asked before, you're sponsored by the church organizations in Southern California, but any organization can, or person, individual, can donate money.
Right.
And how do they do that? What's the contact, if you don't mind giving the contact information out now, email and or phone number, address, whatever?
Yeah,
Can
sure.
you give that to the listening audience,
Yeah,
please?
sure. Just let me explain you first how we work with donations. Because every donations, we provide a receipt, and it's all registered. So if
So
you,
it's all tax deductible if you're Canadian, United
absolutely.
States,
It
you
could be
get that.
United States or Mexican, whatever you want.
Okay.
You can do that. But we work in projects. That's how we work. If we want to improve something in the house, like, I don't know, we need to change the living room, then we present that project and we say, okay, we need this, this, and this, and this. Whoever wants to participate on it, you can provide this amount or whatever you want, or you can provide like the furniture or the materials we're going to need. Then we structure everything in a document. And we present, at the end, we present it to the donators. So it could be, you can make sure that all the money you're providing or all the stuff you're providing, it's gonna be in the house and it's gonna be for the boys. That's how we work. So I will say, I can give you the information of the house, but the lady who's gonna pick up the phone or answer the emails is a not English speaker.
Okay.
So what I always do is provide my information because I'm the only one who speaks English. Well, at least I try. And
You do a great job.
Thank you, Michael. So that's what I do. Always provide my information because if you text or if you email to the house email, they're gonna send it to me, and sometimes they don't see it. So it's better if
Okay.
I just got it in my phone because I'm the only one who speaks English. And I know this public is more English speaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my phone number is, I have a hard time saying the
Open it up your phone.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't have a cell phone.
no, what I mean
I'm
is,
probably the only person that you know that doesn't have a cell phone. My
Yeah.
granddaughters and grandson all think I'm crazy. How do you live without a cell phone, Grandpa? Peacefully, relaxed.
oh yeah,
you know.
I agree with that. Yes, I have it.
But when I
because
did have a regular phone, I couldn't remember the number because I never called myself.
Well, yesterday I called you and you didn't pick it up.
That's exactly right. So give your contact information
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, my email is or9022. How do you say arroba?
OR
The
9022 arroba
arroba gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
Yes.
Arroba or at. So one more time.
OR
OR
9022
9022
the arroba.
at gmail.com.
Yes, that's right. That's
And
my
that should get it to everybody.
Yes. Or if you want my cell phone number.
Would you want to be inundated with a lot of calls?
Well, I already do.
Okay.
So
So if you're calling from outside of Mexico, you have to dial 52 first,
yes.
and then
then 332491 4895. Sorry, in English the numbers are so hard.
Well,
for
say it
me.
in Spanish also, because a lot of our listening
Oh,
audience
okay. My phone number
is
will be-
bilingual.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. It's 33. I forgot. 33 24 91 48 95.
Okay, one more time, a little slower.
Okay. 33 24 91 48 95.
He didn't know I was going to give him a test this morning.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, we appreciate the information. And if you're listening, if you have friends that are looking somewhere to donate some money, that's going to go to an unbelievable cause. That's really going to make an impact on the lives of these boys that are going to soon be men and be out into the culture of Mexico and out into the communities and being able to play it forward. This is a great way to help. I mean, we can all donate library books, we can donate funds to this organization, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is having a direct impact on the lives of the boys that are living
Absolutely,
at Hope
yes.
House, which is very important because they really need us.
They do.
I feel guilty that I'm not more involved.
Oh, no.
But, you know, it sounds like you have a really great infrastructure, a lot of good
Fine.
help, but, you know, if I can help you with the education part through the University of Guadalajara, you know we're going to start a campus here.
Yes.
The University of Guadalajara, starting in January of 2023, will have a campus here in the Lakeside, Chapala area, and we'll be able to work and talk about that.
Yeah. that
And
would
I
be
know
good.
they already have a couple preparatory schools here,
Yes.
which are what we call high schools or junior highs in the States or Canada. And education is so important.
It
You're all
is.
giving them the daily things that they need to have a good, productive life.
Right.
But education is number one for all of that.
Yes, actually we have a special area which is called the education area. It's like a huge classroom. We have a projector, computers. We have a teacher that he helps them to do homework or extra.
How about computers and that? Like, I have an old computer that I don't use hardly at all. Can people donate computers and
Oh, yeah,
equipment
sure, yeah.
and AirPods and cool things that I'm just saying what my grandkids are always wanting.
Yeah.
You know, AirPods or Nikes or cars. Hayden, that's out to you. My granddaughter who's almost 18, getting ready to go to university next year.
Oh.
I say, what do you want for Christmas, Hayden? A new car. I say, how about an old
Oh.
car? No, I don't. All of you that have grandkids, you know exactly what I'm saying. We love them to death.
Yeah. No, I mean, people can donate computers, especially because we don't let the boys who have cell phones, because the government, they don't let them to be in contact with their families. So
That's
sometimes-
probably safety-wise,
Yeah,
for a
that's-
good
that's right.
reason.
You
Because I'm sure they
understand that.
miss their families, they want to be involved in them.
Yes.
But it's probably a lot of negatives there that the kids don't
Right.
understand.
Yes, exactly. You got the point. You got it. You just read my mind.
In Oklahoma, we say, this isn't my first rodeo. Done this before. Very fortunate to have relationships with a lot of different organizations. And they all do such unbelievable things down here. You know, so many Americans, Canadians come down here and they've got time on their hands. They have money, they have funds, they have things that they need to be involved with something. Because you just can't play golf or go deep sea fishing or pickleball or whatever all day. You have to have other things involved in your life to make it fulfilled. And that's the great thing about being retired, that we can do things like that. And
Right.
that's why I host this show, to try and get word out.
We got a lot of help from retired people in the area. Actually, more than Mexicans. I gotta say, I understand the Mexicans, they're busy working, right? So we got a lot of volunteers, teachers, and more.
So you are Mexican, correct?
Yeah.
And you grew up here in Mexico?
Yes.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Guadalajara.
Guadalajara, the
Yeah, I
city
was
of.
born there, but 15 years ago, my parents decided to move to Slovakia for some reason that I still don't understand.
Well,
They just like
they just said, come on, we're going.
Yeah, and for me it was like a huge impact, you know, because I was living in a huge city.
Yeah, Guadalajara is the second biggest city
Yes.
in Mexico. About
It's crazy.
now with the extra suburbs, about 6 million people.
Mm-hmm.
And you're living in Izhualacán de los Membrillos, which is a town, a village of about, I don't know, 3,000, maybe a little more. I don't know.
Maybe more.
I've never counted. But it's a
really
great
tiny town.
It's night and day
Yes.
compared to Guadalajara.
Yeah, it's
I like it better.
Yeah, me too. I mean, at the beginning, I didn't get it. I just was mad about it. But now I'm so grateful. I love this place now. I love to have a big lake, a huge lake, just beside us. And yeah, that's how. Well, I got involved because I started as a volunteer in the kitchen there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after the middle school, because I was in the evening turn, I went to wash the dishes of the dinner. Then I started to get more involved, until I got in the administration board. And
Where did you get your law degree from?
my law degree?
You're a lawyer, you're an abogado.
Yes, I am. Well, I still don't get it.
Oh, you're
I'm
working
still
on
working on it.
it. Is it at the University of Guadalajara?
No, it's one of the associated. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure. Which is the Centro Universitario Tech. I was there, and but my degree is gonna say Universidad de Guadalajara, which is where.
Well, as I mentioned, my whole wife's family are lawyers, which
Okay.
you know a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah.
them. So if you ever need they're federal lawyers. They work for the federal government of Mexico.
Oh,
So if you ever need any help, maybe, when you see them out in front of my house, grab them and take them over. And,
Okay.
and what we
I
call
will.
is, wiggle their ear and find out, talk to them, see if they can help you. And if you're an expat and you've had experience in this type of work, which is everything from A to Z, when you have a house full of boys,
Mm-hmm.
an orphanage full of boys, it could be anything.
Yes.
You could be someone that wants to sew clothes,
Mm.
make clothes. I have a sister-in-law in Oklahoma, and that's what she does. She's retired from the medical industry, and she makes clothes for orphanages in the Oklahoma
Oh, wow.
area.
That's a great job.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's free. I mean, she does it voluntarily.
Oh, that's
But-
nice work.
It
That's
keeps her
pretty
busy, and it gives her a mission in life after working.
Right,
So,
right. Mission life.
so if you have something to offer, which we all do, not sure what it is, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up.
I mean, just to spend time with them, because they like.
How about sports and things like that? Do
Oh
you have
yeah, they
sporting
love
events?
it. They love soccer, basketball, any kind.
Do you have
of.
a trampoline?
We used to have it, but
They're
there was a lot
dangerous.
of accidents, like a lot of accidents. Yeah, I mean, just to be there with them. They love to have people, maybe just drawing, coloring, just spending talking, just like that, just being there. And I gotta say, you don't have to speak Spanish because they don't care if you don't speak Spanish. They just
Are they trying? Do you have some of them trying to speak English or learn that
they
language?
do. We have actually an English class, 2 English classes.
2 English classes?
Yeah, depending on the ages of the boys. But they don't care. They just involve you on the activities. So that the language is not a problem. Absolutely not. They just love to
Baseball, football, soccer, whatever, in any language, it's all the same.
Yeah. They
Music,
love it.
if you play music and you want to teach a kid how to play guitar
Yeah.
or drums like I have or whatever.
Yeah. I'm
They-
actually working on the music area because I'm a guitar player. I don't know if sometimes.
You're a
bother you.
guitar player?
Yes, maybe sometimes I bother you with.
I've never heard your guitar,
No,
and I
well-
have one that I don't know how to play.
Oh well, I try to be not too loud because you know how you can be really annoying with an electric guitar.
Is it like a electric guitar? Or
Yeah. Well, I have electric and
Yeah, I never knew you.
and I play.
Guy
the-
lives down the street from me, and I don't even know
So
where
I
he is.
teach. Sometimes I teach them how to play the ukulele, how to play the guitar, or sometimes.
Do you
just sing
perform
songs.
anywhere?
Yeah,
Now I'm getting personal. Do you perform? Do you
No, not right now.
Just
I'm
at the-
trying to. I'm trying with
at
my
the
brother.
house with the
he's
guys?
a drum
Your
player.
brother does?
Yeah, my brother. And my girlfriend, Emily, you know her.
Yes.
She's a
We can
bass
start a
player.
band.
We can do it. We have to, actually.
I've started so many bands and gotten kicked out of every one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I don't know, because I'm too obnoxious. And I want to be, Bono or Freddie Mercury. I want to be the front guy,
So
and I'm the
what
one with the least talent.
Oh.
But that's another show for another.
So yeah, right now, I mean, coming back to us, I'm working in the music area. I already have 7 ukuleles. I have an acoustic guitar, but I'm planning to get a bass, obviously amps. And
Well, that'd be cool.
guitar.
Start a band with the kids.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. That's my dream. What's one of my dreams. They're really interested in music. They love it. They like to sing. And I mean, we don't know. Maybe we could have a good artists. From
Yeah,
there.
that sounds
So
great.
That's
Well,
something else we want to do.
just keep thinking and dreaming, and every dream can come
Absolutely,
true
yeah.
if you work hard enough.
Yeah, so if someone wants to support us in that area, that would be great. That would be great. This is our new project.
Well, there's a million ways people can help y'all.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to read your email address. I don't know where I put your card. You
Oh.
probably did. Oh,
Well,
I don't know
have
where it
a
was.
card, but
One more time, give out your email address, and then anything in closing that I haven't asked you about that you want to talk about.
yeah. Well, I just want to say that Hub House is an open place for everyone. If you want to visit the house, if someone here is interested on visit the house, they're welcome. We just have like a schedule, so you just call me or send me an email. We can make an appointment, and you can come. I can show you the house, all the activities we do. You can meet the boys, and you can actually spend time with them.
Well, I remember Casa Corazon de la Casa La Niñas in Puerto Vallarta. Once a month, or maybe twice a month, on like Thursday morning, they had a breakfast to where you had to kind of pre-register, and then you showed up, and it was about an hour tour. They toured the house. They introduced you to some of the students and the girls and kind of what their needs were. And sometimes they'd perform music or whatever,
Oh, okay.
little plays, and then they'd have a breakfast, and they'd serve all the visitors, you know,
Okay.
some huevos and frijoles and tortillas, or it might be
Mexican.
eggs Benedict. You never knew what you would get. It was always a great opportunity to go and see it for yourself and learn a little bit more about the organization. And
Yeah, we do something like that.
maybe we
and-
work on something like that in the future.
Yeah, we have we call it summer sport camps.
Okay.
We do like sports activities because they're really active and they
Oh, I'm
love
sure
to be
they are.
moving. So we invite people from the States. They come, they stay in the house because we have some apartments for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we host teams from the States.
Wow.
They help us paying for the hostage, which is cheap, and we provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They eat them with the boys, and they spend the whole week with them doing crafts, doing sports, just singing some songs.
Well,
Just
maybe
spending
we can
time.
work it out to where if they ever want to come over and play pickleball
Yeah,
here at the university's pickleball courts, or come over for a day at the spa in the hot thermal mineral waters, or the pool. We have 3 or 4, the Monte Carlo has 3 or 4 beautiful pools over here. That's something I didn't mention before. They can come over and go swimming and stuff.
oh, cool. Thank you.
Because it's a lot better than Islahuacan Lake.
Oof. Well, I will never go there.
I wouldn't dip my foot in that water either.
Oh, wow.
It's I don't think it's very deep at all. Anyway, that's another story.
Wow.
Omar, I want to say thank you very much for coming.
Thanks to you.
Uh,
Thank you.
If you will, one more time, give out your email,
Yeah.
and that way people won't have to backtrack the video. They
Yeah.
can write it down. I'm giving you some warning, so get your pencil and paper out so you can write down this information. Contact him and get involved. Help these kids. It's like I once read in a quote that if you plant a seed today, in 20 years you'll be sitting in the shade of that tree.
Right.
And that's exactly what we're doing. I'll give you that
Right.
one.
Okay. My
All right.
email, right?
Your email, please.
It's OR209. Sorry, I screwed it up.
It's okay, we'll do it again.
It's OR9022 @gmail.com.
OR9022 @gmail.com.
Right.
Perfect.
That's it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank
your
you,
time and everything you do over at Casa Hope, or Hope Casa,
Hub House.
the Hope House.
It's easier.
And we don't want to give the long name.
Yeah, no.
The
not even
program's,
me. No.
program's almost over. Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for your
Michael.
time.
I
Appreciate
really
it.
appreciate it.
Not only for coming today and being on Expat Conversation with Michael Nolen, but for all the information that you gave out and all the things you do by working with
you.
the kids.
Thank you so much.
It's going to make a difference.
Thanks. I hope so.
It will.
That's
Thank you very
my
much. It's the end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to you tuning in for the next episode here on YouTube in a short period of time. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Happy